Fantastic. So, welcome to another episode of Bodybuilding and Beanies. We have another guest on. The other coach from Physique Pro. Let's get it. Mr. Christian, how are you, bro?
I'm just a bit pissed off that I was the second to be. Tim was first.
Well,
I mean,
it's
wait,
prior, wasn't it?
like we wanted you on first because at that time it was coach CBC, coached by Christian. So Tim was like just underneath, but then you were busy.
Right, no. Right, let's rewind this back, right? Actually, wait. So I asked Christian first, and Christian was like, yeah, I'm free all next week. And you're like, right, Tim Monday. And I was like, wait,
No, you said
I asked Christian.
I would blame it on Jenkins, to be fair.
Jenkins, you were so hot on getting
hang
Tim on.
on.
You're like, right, Tim Monday, Tim Monday.
No. 2 days ago, we literally recorded, and you said you're the most unorganized, organized person ever. So I highly,
Nah,
it's my fault.
Christian, I did message you straight away, didn't I? Pretty much.
Thank
Yeah, and then I messaged him 3 days later.
I put it on check-in, actually, didn't I? I put it on check-in first.
you. Yeah, he puts weird shit on check-ins. Like, bro, my balls have gone blue. Like, is that all right?
Is gear meant to do that? You're like, yeah.
No, I've done that. I've done that. I once asked when I was coach for Reese about 2 years ago. I thought I had like a lump on my balls, and I thought it was because of gear. It was fun.
He normally says like, "Oh, bro, I've done 3,000 milligram test this week, not 300. Is that all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, Sam."
See, that's what Christian does. I still got blue balls, and he's like, nah, mate, it's normal. That's fine. Carry on. It's
Up
fine.
the dough.
Yeah.
Always the answer.
Got blue balls. Yeah, it's just called being on gear, mate. It's just normal. You get
It's fine. It's normal. It's called bodybuilding, mate. It's called bodybuilding. It's fine. You'll be fine next week. Do a blood test. You sound.
Just let me know the actual diameter of your balls.
Yeah, send pictures.
Measurements. Is there any growth? So, how's life with Physique Pro? Probably not much actually. Different, I guess.
Not really different. The branding is different. That's about it, really.
Except, there's another announcement soon, isn't there? I assume, when is that? Monday?
Yeah, when's this podcast going out?
Oh, this will be out like Tuesday, Wednesday, probably.
You're saying that though, innit?
No, we'll do it. We'll do it.
We'll tomorrow.
Okay, so yeah, Monday, BRM is launched. Big Ben Rose Miles.
Bread.
You know what's quite? You know when you first posted the photo of like the three of you, but you blurred out Ben, right?
Yeah.
I went on to like under your likes on recent posts trying to find someone with those shoes. Couldn't fucking find anyone.
Bro, it's so weird because so many people come to me saying, "Yeah, it's Ben because I know his shoes." I'm like, firstly, you're really sad, but like I've got them shoes, bro. Like I've got a pair of them shoes.
Oh, loads of people got them shoes.
Yeah, and I was just like, but about 4 people said, "Oh yeah, Ben." Then I was like, "How the fuck do you know that?" Oh, his shoes. I'm like, man, you're so sad.
That's his shin. That's his shin veins there. I know his shin veins.
I didn't say that. I was like, oh, I didn't say they were sad. Like, fucking hell, Inspector Morse, you're good. Fuck's sake. Love the we just get too. Me and Tim get too excited. Well, I get too excited about things. I'm like, I want to say it now.
Yeah.
Get excited. So
yeah, because remember I said to him, I was like, "Oh, what's this?" He goes, "Can't tell you, bro. Top secret." And then I asked him a week later. He goes, "All right, promise you won't tell anyone."
so bad.
Messages about everything.
I get excited, so like I want people to know, and like I also like people's like thoughts and opinions on things like that. So
it is tough keeping secrets, isn't it? Like you do have scenarios where it's like even just complete outside of bodybuilding. Jen, I'm like, oh, I got you this like these presents. She's like, oh, give us a clue. Nah, mate. And then it's like, oh, well, actually, it's like it's. Yeah, you can wear it, and then they start guessing. It's like, oh, is it on your feet? Is it lower bottom? You're like, you give away fucking clues, man, all the time.
Bro, Georgie guesses every surprise that I'm fucking doing, and it's so annoying. But like, I don't help myself. I'm just like, yeah, but it could be this. But for her birthday next month, I've completely thrown her off, man, and she's believing all this shit. She thinks we're going on a boat. I was like, all right then. Fuck, I ain't going on no boat, bro.
It's actually the Lank coming in the 640D, mate, instead. That's what it is.
Yeah. Get in the back seat, bro. What are you doing for your birthday? Going for a cruise? What about you?
Hey, good luck, though. Them back seats are rough, mate. I'm getting nobody in their back seats. Rough. No. Nah, not good. But 6, you got bread.
And then there's someone else coming a week after that, but no one knows that.
There's another week.
Oh yeah, no one knows it. So yeah, it'd be really bad if you spoke about it on a podcast and told people.
No one's known that one.
I
See,
know. I
when
know.
you both said you're really bad at keeping secrets, why don't you just don't drop hints?
There would be that. That would help. Yeah.
No,
I'm not
I'll say.
saying
I'll say one. I'll say one clue.
oh, here we go. Here we fucking go.
You know, if me and Sam had been like, "Oh, can you just give us one thing?" Maybe you could give it then. But no one, literally, no one say just one thing.
You just said it. You said it before the podcast started, bro. He may or may not be in the UK. That's all I'm saying.
It's a he, and may or may not be in the
Okay,
UK.
so
She's not in the...
and he doesn't live in the UK.
Fantastic.
International vibes.
Fuck.
That's all we get.
Right.
And it's someone else in January, but let's get it.
Hey, Josh, we're guessing this, mate. We're guessing this.
Yeah, cool.
Christian follows him. Tim will follow him, and so will Physique Pro. Easy. We got this.
No, Physique Pro might not.
Physique Pro don't.
Oh.
Yeah,
But they might follow Physique Pro. They might follow Physique Pro.
Although I did start like another Instagram page before I thought, oh, I'll just use the Team CBC one. So I made a new page and just like followed all the people who were going on. And then Tim was like, what are you doing? I was like, yeah, stupid. But I deleted that page real quick.
It's still there.
No, it's not. It's gone.
I found it. It's fine.
I did it like 2 weeks ago.
What? It's been in that long in the mate, that long in the making? 2 months.
I've been speaking about it since September.
Wild. Time flies. So international male, fantastic. That's narrowed our search
leave it
down.
at that. We'll leave it at that.
What does the name? What does the name start and end with?
Yeah. No, what's the main like the reason between going from, let's say, coached by Christian, like that brand, to just a brand which isn't like specifically about you?
So
do it differently, or
firstly, I think if you're coaching brand, like if you're just a coach on your own, yeah, man, call it your name, sweet. But if you're starting a brand, having your name in it limits certain things.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to grow it more for a start, and if you want to keep your coaches on board as well, they might not want someone else's name in the fucking coaching team.
Yeah.
Start. And also I don't want something necessarily associated with me anymore. I want to build a team. And I say this, and I'll hold my hands up to this, and I'll say it to fucking anyone else on the podcast. Tim is as good, if not better than me as a coach in certain areas.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing Tim doesn't really have over me is just like skin in the game.
Yeah.
That's it really. But when it comes to like knowledge, application, all that sort of stuff, it's that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like where like generally when someone's working as a co-coach or with someone on like a team, it's almost like a head coach, then someone below. I wouldn't say Tim is either below or that much below you, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. Like, I mean, 18 months ago, nearly 2 years ago when we started Team CBC, there was probably a differentiation. But over that time, since he's like doubled his clientele and he's working with more people, and obviously the experience grows and putting more people on stage, it's like, that's just gonna come up to here.
Yeah.
And I also don't want to not work with my best mate.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, Tim brings things to me and I bring things to him. Like, do you know what I mean? As a unison, I feel like we've got everything.
It's only going to excel, isn't it? It's only going to excel.
Yeah. And I just think, like, if I'd ended up just doing my own thing on my own and was just coached by Christian, no team and stuff like that, or started bringing on other people, I don't think it would go as well as me and Tim launching Physique Pro.
No,
and
I think a good reception. I think you're a really good reception to it.
I think I'm more so thinking of like longevity of something. Do you know what I mean? And if you look at like some of the best people in this, let's say who would be classed as the best, what would be regarded as the best coaching team out there, pro coach, it's literally the steps that Cal's took.
Yeah, fact.
I mean, Cal was his own thing, then he was part of something else, and now it's like, right, his thing, it's a brand, it's not his name. You know what
I can't remember what he's called before. What was he called before?
It was Muscle Mentors.
I know that one, but what was the because of the Gap, wasn't there? Because they closed down, didn't they?
The first one was just Cal Racestrick.
Just Cal. That's it. Come to Cal.
So yeah, and I think with the additions that we're bringing on, so there's certain reasons as to why these people are coming on, and it's not necessarily like with Ben. Okay, yeah, Ben's a great coach, sweet. Like that's you've obviously got to be a good coach, but he's also got something me and Tim will never have, and that's a great physique and like
Yeah.
potential to go somewhere with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas me and Tim don't have that, and that's cool, but that's another element to the brand then. And then the other person that's coming on, in terms of where they are located, the coaching scene out there is not great. So again, yes, he's a
Ooh.
great coach. Yes, he's a great coach, and he's again also got a fucking great physique and can potentially turn pro in the next couple of years for sure. Another hint. But it's more so the direction of brand of breaking down a different market, which then ends up everyone's busier because it's not just like, right, he's only going to coach people in that country. Right, some of those people in that country might come to me, might come to Tim, might come to Ben. Do you know what I mean? And it all should just go around in a big circle.
That's a bit of a question then. Let's just say, theoretically speaking, in the future, let's say down the line, let's say you got 10 coaches on. Let's just say theoretically, is there going to be a platform where you almost? I mean, selfishness is like you want clients inquire to you, you get that client. But would there be a recommendation to say, right, listen, this is your goals. Would you instead maybe go to someone else in your team? You're located in this area, maybe go this person better for you.
That's right. Only like, for example, you only maybe specifying with competition prep clients or something like that,
or females or something.
Yes. So there is potentially another coach coming on after these two as well. Will handle like a completely different side of the business.
Yeah,
in terms of the inquiries that come on, because then we cater for everything and there's someone for everyone. But yeah, I think, look, as me and Tim get busier, we can't, because the level of clientele that me and Tim now get is more advanced, it requires more work and more time. We're going to have to take less people on.
Yeah.
As a whole.
So I mean, Joe Jeffrey already has, I think it's 40 clients at one time, doesn't he?
40, 50, yeah.
Mad.
So we will obviously be limiting ourselves in terms of that. So, and I'm not saying from the start, but maybe end of 2025, 2026, I might not take first timers on anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know. The problem I have, bro, is I like coaching everyone. That's
yeah, you do.
That's what shoots me in the foot because, bro, when I get someone that's lifestyle and they've got like a big goal, I'm so fucking on board with that. I'm so like fucking right when we're starting. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when a fucking IFBB Pro inquires or a Natty Pro, whatever, it's like, yeah, fucking okay, that's sick.
And then my dribbly cunt fucking inquired with him, and he went, "Ah, come here. All right, no worries, mate. We'll sort you out. Don't worry."
No, but at the same time, it's like someone like you, Sam, like had already competed, hadn't competed for a while, wanted to go into a completely different category. Okay. Also do it on a natty stage as well and do well. Like, I always knew you'd fucking do well because you got a good physique standard. But then also, you dropped in pretty much from the start that, at some point I'm going to go assisted. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, so I still get the same buzz off, man. I still get the same buzz off a fucking photo shoot prep than a top level pro or whatever. Like, buzz for me is the same because it just comes down to the same thing. You're helping someone, and that's what I like doing.
Yeah, I think it was a reel or it was like a YouTube video, but I remember seeing it. I was actually like weirdly. People always say, "Oh, this stuck with me, that stuck with me," but like I keep remembering it. It's when like you kept saying, "I just want people to like me."
Yeah,
I think that works like really well for like coaching, etc. Like if you look at like people who have got a good name for themselves in the industry, it's one because they're a good coach, but then it's also two because they're just easy to get on with.
yeah.
Look,
I've always been. I haven't like changed from being a coach. Like for my whole life, bro. Like I like pleasing people. I like someone to say, "Fucking hell, bro, that's a good job." That is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when I sold cars, mate. Yeah, you'd get commission for selling a car. I weren't bothered about that. But if my boss said, "Fucking hell, well done, man. That was a tough one. That fair play." I'd get more out of that than I would out of any of the fucking commission from the finance or fucking whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
And it's the same with this. Like if someone comes to me at the end of the prep saying, bro, like, thanks for that prep, like it couldn't have been better. For me, that's fucking, I completed it.
yeah.
Elite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, should move on to the other. Well, to be fair, I put an announcement up which I've got on Monday. Well, it's afterwards, isn't it? So it's
Yeah, what is that?
It's Trinity. So
What's
sponsored by yeah, people guessed it, but people guessing. I'd like, I think 10 people messaged me saying, "Oh, are you Physique Pro's new coach?" I was like, that's really humbling, but I've got one elite client who I did well with, and that does not put me on Physique Pro. Chill the fuck out. Like,
Oh, you know what's funny? Like since like launching it, so many people have like reached out, oh, if you're ever looking for a coach and stuff like this, and I'm like, that is not the way to go about it.
that's not.
We know every coach and we know whose radar like we need to be fucking on. Do you know what I mean? Like we fucking see this industry every day, and I'm like, some guys like, I'm starting to build up a portfolio again of clients, and I was just like, I mean, fair play, like and that's ballsy asking, but like we're not looking for anyone in a minute.
I feel like
Yeah.
for something like that, you can't really hire someone who asks.
You're not taking applications. You didn't ask for applications. That's the
No,
thing.
and like, mate, even when like me and Tim are racking our brains of like who, we both said the exact same people from like day one, like literally said it word for word like the same. And I was like, shit, okay. But then like even like asking Ben, man, I was like nervous, bro. I was thinking that he ain't saying yes to that at all. And then like within 30 seconds of sending the voice, it was like, yeah, I'm in. And I was like, fuck. Like,
Mad.
I find it mad that people want to actually like work like with us. That's fucking sick.
I don't find it mad because
Bro, the second guy is literally having sleepless nights, fucking waiting to fucking launch it. It's like fucking hell, bro. This is. I do find that mad, but bro, I still feel like I am still like humble with this shit. Like I don't, you know, even the third person is like potentially not had the greatest experiences like previously and stuff in the coaching realm, but was like, yeah, I need to think about it, but still come back and like, yeah, 100% I'm in.
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah, I think it makes sense though, like as to why people want to be part of something. Because if you look at like what you've done with CBC over like the last like 18 months or so, you've had seminars, you've had multiple photo shoots where you're all there. It makes it a lot more of an attractive coaching thing for a client. You get what I
Yeah,
mean?
we're not like, I don't think we're like a normal team. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, to be fair, Physique Pro was made to kind of like be a bit more serious as
Yeah,
such, because I am known as like I do take the piss and I do have a laugh and stuff like that.
really.
But yeah,
You think?
sometimes, which is fine. It's got me somewhere by doing that. But now it's like, right, I want to be seen as a bit more serious as such with this, because
Yeah.
I do know how people like perceive it sometimes of being like, oh yeah, he just jokes around. Which yeah, I do, but I'm still like, right, well, I still get everyone fucking peeled. So what's the issue?
Yeah, legit.
Do you know what I
Still
mean?
got the receipts.
Sometimes people almost like blur the line and think you can't be good at your job, especially good at a job which is bodybuilding, and actually have a fucking personality.
Oh,
Yeah,
people. Oh, the
Like,
killjoys. The old meatheads.
yeah, but again, it both ways like do work. Like, let's use an
yeah.
example, like Dan Bastic.
Mhm.
He's a successful coach now for sure. He knows fucking everything about everything, but he's also only going to get the sort of client that he wants to work with, which is the same person as him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is sweet. And bro, I know Dan very well. He don't want to work with people that ain't like him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he says no to like a lot of people. And
Mad.
fair play to him, because he sticks to his guns with that. And look at the kind of fucking people he's put on stage. They're freaks, because Dan is also a freak.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
so he just knows what's going to work well with him anyway. Because like as much as like coaching is like still it's your business, you need to be making money, etc. Like when people are closer to stage, they're going to be a lot harder to manage. And if you don't get on with that person, it's only going to make your life worse. And if
It's,
you've just got like right, if for example Dan, if he knows that he's not going to be maybe as easy to chat to like maybe someone who's the complete opposite him, he knows he's only going to stress him out and stress the client out.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing that he's just been like, well, I'm not going to allow myself to get into that situation because otherwise it's not going to look good on him or the client.
Yeah.
You do get them horror stories, don't you? Where it's like a client might come to you and go, I've had this prep. Just my old coach, we had arguments towards the back end of it, and X, Y, and Z, and
Yeah, and look,
Why are you looking at me and laughing?
Great point though. But like, bro, I've had people where it's towards the end of prep. I'm like, man, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy, and he probably thinking the same about me. Do you know what I mean? You have to. Now, Sam, you one of the easiest preps I've ever fucking had.
Oh, that's annoying. I've got a question, which is what Sam asked Tim, which is what's the worst thing about Sam as a client? Obviously, what's the thing about me? Tim went on for about 20 minutes.
That was hilarious. Tim's one answer was so funny.
What's the worst thing about Sam? Do you mean in a prep scenario?
I think every scenario.
As much as you can.
Well, let's do prep and let's do normal.
Oh, fantastic! You got two answers.
I'm struggling. I'll be real, bro. I'm struggling. I'm not trying to like blow smoke up your ass.
Tim was watching 10.
I don't know. Sometimes I felt like I'm prep. Sometimes I like calm you down a bit.
Oh yeah, my stress.
You're getting excited, bro, and I'm like, okay, let's just relax a little, bro.
Yeah, Sam, you're 20 weeks out. It's all right. We've got ages.
Sam,
He's still fat.
Yet.
He's still fat, mate. He's still fat, mate.
You're prepping next year. Why have you got your tan on?
Yeah.
Why have you got to do the skin prep?
I can't. I'm not like trying to blow smoke up Sam's ass, but he's incredibly easy to work with. Like it is. Like we with each other. I feel like he feels he can tell me anything about anything, which is what you should feel like. Like if he's got an issue, he'll tell me, but he's not telling me because he needs to like pull back on steps or pull back on cardio, or he can't fucking stick to this food. Like there wasn't one thing he wouldn't fucking do. Like he would have eaten dog shit. And that's why he was also ready early and did a fucking early show.
Yeah. Although my steps are pretty shit, aren't they?
It's an easy client to work with when you can put them in an early show.
Oh yeah.
They just got fucking ready so quick. But so a bit lax in the off season, a bit lazy. Steps.
Yeah, steps are shit, bro. He's like steps. They could go up. I'm like, they could.
It's cold. Okay, you've got a walking pad, you lazy cunt.
It's cold inside.
We're trying to help you here.
But as a whole, you can't really. There's not really much to fucking know about.
To be fair, I thought you were gonna say just like the fucking my issues. Like I got a car crash. I missed sessions. Like car crash, illness.
Yeah, I know. But
worst thing about Sam, he survived a car crash. It was really fucking annoying.
Well, the thing is, like, I look at my list of clients now. Like, when you've got over 100 clients, I've had over 100 clients for fucking 4 years. You understand people get ill and shit happens in life all the time.
Yeah.
So, I can't sit and have a go at you for it. Like, you didn't do it on purpose.
Do it. I'm like, cool.
I've just bought this new car. I wonder what it's going to look like wrapped around a tree.
Well, actually, wrapped around someone else's fucking bonnet, mate. That's what it was.
Well, that, yeah.
Prime T-bone. That was nice.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Very easy client.
Yeah. Well, that's actually quite nice.
I love how the first thing you messaged me was like, yeah, sorry, mate, I can't train with you tomorrow.
Yeah, bro. So literally, I messaged him in the group chat saying, I can't train tomorrow. So I trained with him and Hugh on Saturday, right? I had the crash on Friday, right? And he was, and Josh's instant thought was like, for fuck's sake, what's Sam doing? Then I sent a picture of my fucking car. He's like, oh,
Yeah, but then I clocked you a fine, so I went back to taking the piss. Then I found out it was your fault, and I was like, what a fucking idiot. And I spent 5 days worrying about how I'm actually going to be able to tell Sam it actually is his fault. So I didn't know it was his fault.
Well, we don't need to speak about this. The last podcast knows about this. This was a big talk in the last podcast. But let's go through some questions. We can get through these questions on IG. Have you got? I've got some quite funny ones on IG. To be fair, I don't know whether or not this one.
I just got serious shit, which is pretty boring.
This one, I don't know if this one should be bleeped or not. But it's not really like. I don't know who this person is. But what do you think of Dan Inman?
Oh.
Wait, is this? Wait. Sorry, wait. I'm thinking now. Is this all out?
Yeah.
All in bodybuilding. We can call it what we want. I'll get done for defaming him, or what is it?
Defamation of character.
Defamation of character. The kid's a cunt, bruv. If you go about abusing women both physically and mentally, you should not be on this fucking planet, to be quite frank. So if you buy fucking clothes for him, you are funding a chronic narcissist. So I suggest you probably don't buy the clothes. Fair play. He's finally put out a statement about what.
Has he?
Yeah, he's put about why the clothes aren't. Yeah, about why the clothes aren't delivered, but it's fucking bullshit anyway. So, and he's turned the comments off. I wonder why.
Yeah. His YouTube, he had a YouTube for like 3
Bro,
episodes.
go and get your fucking account sorted with the tax man. That's all I'm saying, bro. See you later.
Well, as soon as I like found out about what essentially happened, anytime because then I actually understood what your stories meant, so I started liking every single one of them.
Yeah, it's what is it? Defamation of character. It's not defamation of character if it's true. You fucking idiot.
Also, I remember this is the first time I've ever been scared of Christian, right? Ever, right? Me and Christian are like this. So they did a giveaway. I put it on my story.
Oh, you were the one who. This
right. And I never knew about this, right? And then he went, "Take this down," and I went, "Oh fuck!" And then he screenshotted my chat, put on his story.
Bro, mate, I went up to a girl in the gym last week who was wearing all in bodybuilding and said what I pretty much just said. I said, I would suggest you don't wear it. I saw her in the gym the next day, not wearing that hoodie, and she was like, "Thanks for telling me." I was like, "Yeah, there you go."
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, I don't know how much it's been addressed on that. I don't think it
No, but
actually.
What a lot of people say, if they know about it, they don't. They basically say, "Oh, well, that's nothing to do with me."
Yeah, because they're pussies.
It's ridiculous.
Man, there's a million fucking clothing brands that are fucking better for a start. No, you know what? I'll give the kid credit. Okay, he filled a gap in that market, 100% with that.
Oh yeah. The clothes are nice, but it's just a shame.
Was it Cole Buxton, an ex bodybuilding type of
well,
thing?
It is a rip off.
It was Cole Buxton.
Yeah.
It just changed the letters on it.
Yeah,
but it was nice. But then it's also like I'd rather not fund.
I might actually create something now that's going to go down the shitter.
Physique Pro.
No, like an actual clothing brand.
Please do. If you make like Cole Buxton S body, yeah, I'll be hot on that shit. I'll definitely do a giveaway on that one. You know what I'm saying? I would enter that one, and not get told to put it down, so it'd be all right. But I shit myself that day. I'll be honest. The first time you like set it down, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck have I done? I don't know the ins and outs of this shit." And then you deeped in. I was like, "That's fine. I understand."
Yeah, it's just annoying, man, because you tell these people and they still wear it. I'm just like, you're a twat.
So yeah. The question I've got is, what pisses you off most in the industry? You'd probably say that.
No. Like, man, that's probably the most I've thought about Danny and fucking however long I've been.
No, but as in, like, people just being like snaky, etc., and just
mate, there's a list longer than my arm of things I don't particularly like about the industry, but at the same time, there's literally no point fucking dwelling on them because it's just going to put me in a bad mood, innit? So yeah. I don't know. I just feel like the zero regulation in coaching is not good, and it is a saturation of shit in the industry. It is so bad, and it's like, you know, every 16 to 18-year-old that's got online coach in the bio, like, that should not really be like. I understand people trying to make a go of something and become good at something. I'm so on board with that. And there probably is some kids that are 19, 20, 21 that have put the effort in and probably not called themselves a coach for a couple of years before they're actually coaching people and stuff like that. But it's the people that have trained once and are saying they're an online coach. It's like
there's a big balance and there's a parallel.
Yeah, and there is space for millions of people in this industry, because at the end of the day, like I always say, like, shit always sinks and like cream will always rise to the top. So if you're doing something good, you'll do well. But if you're shit, it's not going to go well. You know, I'll have people that pay for a business consult with me and I'll get 10 minutes into the call, mate, and say, look, I'm going to give you your money back because like this isn't for you. Like, you shouldn't be doing this because you've got no physique, you've got no clients, you've got no knowledge, you've got no experience. Like, I can tell you how to use Google Sheets, but that's it.
because obviously your like seminar was based around like, right, what have you got to use to market yourself? If you haven't got any of them pillars, you're fucked from the
Yeah,
get-go. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, bro, I'd been bodybuilding for like 6 years before I even fucking
yeah,
coached anyone. And I started coaching my mate. And it
yeah,
wasn't even
literally.
coaching. It was, I sent him a diet on WhatsApp, said, follow that, bro. Send me some pictures. I look back, bro, I still have the messages to that client. And he's also one of my best friends now. And I was a groomsman at his wedding last year.
Wait,
But
is that
Graham,
conversing?
yeah,
Yeah, my
yeah.
man. I love
Like,
conversing.
bro,
What a
and
guy.
man, I got him fucking peeled, bro. He looked so sick. And I was just like, oh, this is quite cool. And even then, I remember being on AJ Morris's podcast probably 6 years ago now. Oh, don't look for
Wow.
that. It's bad. And he said, oh, would you ever think about like coaching people full time? I was like, nah, not a chance.
Really? Because
Mad.
you start a podcast with AJ, Thorburn, someone else.
Yeah, and George Osborne.
That was it. Yeah.
And I'm still like, now, I just like helping people on the side. I'm just going to carry on doing my full-time job and all that sort of stuff. But when I kind of realized, oh, actually, I might be all right at this and this could probably work, I thought, oh, fuck it, let's just do it.
So back then, before you were like thinking to go into, let's say, going into full time, like when you were still working in cars, what was like the main thing which you did for yourself that really pushed it to the point where you could then make more money from coaching than car sales?
It, to be fair, it did
I
like
know, I
happen.
know the generic answer is like sticking with it.
Yeah, yeah, there was that. But no, it wasn't. No, you know what? That wouldn't even be my answer. It was like actually talk about it. Because I never used to. It'd be like, once a week I might put like a client up on my story or whatever. But like I was also at the time, like I enjoyed my job.
Mm.
I had a right lap, but when I think back now, I think fucking hell, I don't know how I did it. It wasn't even a 9 to 5. It was a fucking 24/7 fucking all the time. Like I did so many hours in that place.
Mm.
And like I think back, I remember when I had quit, and it was a couple of months after I had to take some stuff into work. And I was driving the route and I was thinking, how the fuck did I used to do this every morning at like 7 a.m.? Like, I don't understand how I used to do it. Because it was fucking depressing driving in the middle of the day, let alone fucking pitch black in the morning. But it did happen quite like naturally and organically. I had like 15 to 20 clients, so probably like fucking over a year,
Mm.
and wasn't advertising or anything. It was just helping people out through Instagram, and that
Yeah.
was it. And it was WhatsApp diets and voice note response. Yeah, bro, you're sweet, keep going, man. Like I've just
What's it
changed.
for? Is it full send? Was it keep all full? Was it full
We
speed?
keep all full
Yeah,
send, full speed,
full speed.
full speed. And then it was January 2020, so just before like COVID was a thing. I'd got to like 25 clients, and I was thinking, fuck, I'm starting to make more from this now than I am with that. But the problem is when you're doing that and you've got two incomes, you don't all of a
Yeah.
sudden want, because you're like, oh shit, what
It's
if that?
hard. That's what I'm in right now, isn't it?
Yeah, you're in the same
It's
position.
a tough predicament.
And it's like, for me, I'm not a massive risk taker at all. Like if I think about doing something, I think about it 100 times before I do it,
Yeah.
because I have to be like, right, it's got to work. And there's no guarantee of something working, but at the same time, you also, if you don't try, you don't know. But it was kind of my dad that was just like, you're not going back to that job. Like, just do it.
Was it after COVID or during COVID that you were like, right, just start this off?
Yeah. So before COVID started, January, I remember I was upstairs at work playing pool, standard. And I was just, man, what am I doing? It was obviously January, so it was like 4 o'clock and it's dark outside, and I'm sat in the showroom, no customers, and I'm thinking, man, I'm really not enjoying this anymore. And when I don't enjoy something, I don't try hard. Like I
No.
just I just fall off it, man. And I weren't fucking selling fuck all. My fucking boss was on my case, like, come on, I was just like, yeah, I'm just fucking really not in a good place like at the moment. And I remember going on my notes on my phone of like, I was writing down like, right, how am I going to get to 50 clients and then leave? And I was like, right, I'm going to start YouTube. I'm going to start making some Coached by Christian clothing and stuff like that. Not that that would bring monetary value, because I was just selling it for what it was costing me.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
I wasn't doing it for that. It was doing to try and spread what Coach
The
Mike
word.
and the brand and whatever, and try and get more clients. You know, my number was on the back of the fucking hoodie. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking basic. Like my Instagram handle was on there. It was that on there. Like what I did was on the back of it, like 24/7 WhatsApp support and all that shit. Oh, I look back at that and
What's
cringe, man.
included? Tailored meal plans, 24/7 WhatsApp support.
Yeah, all that shit, you know, round the clock, you know. Just had like a shitty logo made. Well, it wasn't shitty, it was quite cool. I was also dieting for a photo shoot that time as well.
Oh yeah.
And then it got to March and I still had like 25 clients. And I was like, I just don't know how this is going. And then COVID happened. And I remember, because we used to work Sundays as well. I was sat there on my laptop and it was dead on Sundays anyway. I was just sat at the front and I was doing like client work whilst I was sat there. And I was doing client work because every client was shitting themselves because they'd been sent home from work. And like car dealerships were like one of like the last places to like shut.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, so I was fucking making home training plans for everyone and all that shit. I was like, oh fuck, like this is gonna fuck it, man. Like, and then my boss came in and said, right, everyone's told you got to go home. They're shutting it. They're shutting the business. And I was like, okay. So I went home and I was thinking, oh no, this is just gonna end this, like me wanting to get to 50 clients.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the first week, I lost one client and gained 11.
Mad.
I just did not stop posting about home training, about helping people, about taking on new clients or whatever. If you're stuck, just give me a message. I remember as well, and I would still do this fucking now. I said, I created like a broadcast message for all clients. I said, look, if you can't afford to pay during this time because you've been laid off work or whatever, just don't pay me. Just stick with me because I want to help you and have more clients. And when it comes to you get back to work, just start paying me again. And I think like 2 people took me up on that, and everyone's like, nah, bro, I'm getting furloughed. Don't worry. We're going to stick with you. This is fucking great. You're really helping, all this stuff. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, this is good. And then I think I was off work for 6 months in total, 6 or 7 months.
There was, because in Wales there was a break, then it went back into lockdown like 2 weeks later. So I'm assuming it was probably the same thing for you guys.
Yeah, so we're off.
Yeah.
I was off, I think it was between like 6 and 7 months. And like I said, I went into it with 25 clients. And then by the time they called me back into work, I had 85 clients. Like, well, I'd said to myself, if I got to 50, I'm not going back. And then I was at fucking like 60. I was like, oh, I'm definitely not going back to work. And then it was like 70 and then 80. And I was like, fucking hell, what? I can't keep up with. And I was fucking working all day, every day, just to try and keep up with it because it was all new.
Yeah.
Like, I could do fucking 70 clients with my fucking eyes shut. I'll do it in fucking 2 days. You know, and
You learn that efficiency, don't you? And you're not.
Yeah, of course, bro. I remember being in the back garden with my dad, and I was like, Dad, I'm at 50 clients. I can't keep up. I'm really stressed. And he was like, okay, well, you either up your prices or you get better at what you're doing.
That's something I always say is like, I'm nowhere near as busy as you, but even when I've been getting busier, like for example, this year was like the busy, like when was it? July and August, like the busiest months I've ever had. And I was like, fuck. It was like when I was staying at Tom's for a couple of days, couple of weeks, I was like, Jesus Christ, like I've never been this busy in my life. A few days later, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm a bit better at this now. Because I feel like when you initially get a lot more busier, you're like shit in the bed. But then over time, you just get better at being busy, and then it becomes the norm.
Bro, it's like riding a bike. The first time you ride it, you're probably going to fall off the fucker. But you do it 1,000 times and you do a tail whip 3,000 and landing it. You know what I mean? But bro, at that point, I remember an inquiry.
And a few years later, you're going to Ibiza, then turn up at PCA Yorkshire a couple of hours later.
You know what I mean?
I was so surprised when I saw you there. I was like, what?
Bro, I'm there, man. I said to the client,
I viewed your stories the morning, and I was like, 4 hours ago in a club. I was like, what?
Let's go.
I had to double check.
That's my switch off, bro. I need to switch off these days. But I remember like an inquiry would come through and I would shit myself. I'm like, oh fucking hell, I can't take on more. And now like an inquiry comes through, I'm like, yes, bro, you're good. You know, what's going on, bro? Send payment link. And then you just get better at it. So they called me back into work and it was like the big boss who rang me who didn't like me anyway. And I was one of the last to be called back in because of like the distance to work. Like they'd call people who lived closer and I lived like the furthest away. And he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna get you back in on Wednesday." And I was like, "Yeah, can't wait. Oh, bro, yeah, sweet. Oh, I'm ready to go." And I was put the phone. I was like, oh, "Fuck that guy." And up until that point, I was still using my work laptop for work because I didn't dare buy another one because I was so scared of like it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
Gets 11 clients in first week of COVID. It's not going to work. Shit.
Oh yeah. And so then I went and I bought a second-hand MacBook because I still didn't want to spend the money and buy like a new one. And then even then I was like, oh fuck. And then so he called us back in on the Tuesday, and I drove in. Called me back in on the Wednesday. I drove in on the Tuesday to see my boss, who we were like that.
Was this in the McLaren?
No, I didn't have my McLaren, bro. I just sold. Through the lockdown, I sold. But I had two cars at the time, and I sold both of them because I was like, I want some money behind me, and I just bought a shed. It was like 2 grand. This Audi A3. It was sick to be fair, but I thought I'll keep some money behind me. Blah 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 blah. And I kept it 28 days and then bought an M3 because I was like, this is going to work. So I drove there and that, and I rang my boss. I was like, "Oh, bro, can you come outside?" And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He's like, "What's up, bro? You meant to be coming back tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah, I need to talk to you." And he went, "You're not coming back." I went, "Correct." And he said, "You're doing coaching?" I said, "Yeah, yeah." And we went inside and spoke about it. And I was just like, "I can't give you notice. Like, I'm not coming back." And he was like, "Right, don't really know what to do in this situation, so I'm going to call HR." So you just like, you just need to write a letter saying this is my last day and this is my resignation. See you later.
Mad.
It was sick, man. And I remember I was driving home like out of breath, like I couldn't believe it. I was like,
Yeah, I was going to say
You,
shit.
you did a YouTube, didn't you, on that as well?
I've still got the video because I videoed myself. I've just quit my job.
Yeah, you
And
did.
I
Yeah, I
was
watched the video.
like, it was so mad. Yeah.
Well, I'm taking I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes of this
I
shit.
remember like
Right, what to do.
when I decided I wasn't gonna continue working for like Cardiff Sport Nutrition when they went to like a different company, I was like, right, fuck, I'm gonna have to really fucking put loads of effort in now. But I feel like when you don't have a backup, you probably subconsciously put a lot more effort in.
Of course.
I think it
I
works.
was so scared of it not working that it had to work.
Yeah.
This is a very big segue. You know when you went to UFIT, didn't you, 2022 to pick up a car?
Yes.
What car did you pick up? Because I remember seeing the back of you in UFIT. Because I came in as you left, and I was like, I think that's Christian Chapman. And then I see on your story you got a new car. I didn't know which one it was.
Range Rover, that was.
Was it white?
No, black.
Black, wasn't it? Yeah.
Love
Do you know,
that.
do
I was
you want
like,
to know,
is he getting a car? Sorry, he's getting a car.
Josh, did I tell you when me and Christian first met?
Uh,
I don't think Christian remembers this, or maybe does he remember this? No.
Yes, I do. It
expert.
was an expo.
Yeah. So I so I was with Hercules at the time, and Expo is Expo. And Christian was there, and I was with the boys at Hercules, and I was like, oh my god, guys, that's Christian Chapman, Physique Collective. Do you know who that is? And they were like, no. I was like, fuck you guys, right? I went, right, I'm gonna speak to him, and I was like, Christian, hi, how's the McLaren, bro? You're like, yes, bro. Yeah, the McLaren's sick, man. I was like, I was shitting it, and I got a picture of him as well. Got a picture of
Yeah, I
Christian.
remember that.
Big ups. Yeah, and then I messaged you since then, like for another 2 years until I signed up, pretty much.
Yeah,
Well, another year and a half.
I'll get that guy one day.
Yeah, and he clocked it. He basically posted McLaren a lot, and I basically was like, "That's a sick McLaren, bro." Every time, then yeah, I signed up with him. Mad.
Basically, find a way to get a McLaren.
Yeah, fastest way to get McLaren. What was your first one? Wasn't it a 570? Yes,
Yeah,
570. Yeah.
Good
Orange,
times.
was it orange, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Orange?
yeah. Ventura.
Yeah.
Orange.
Man, fucking love
Sorry,
that.
that one question fucking was 40 minutes. Sorry, bro.
That one.
It's fair. I think the other ones are really not that long. I've got. Wait, we went from. Did we go from Dan Inman to that, or did?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. Surely not.
Let's not.
Right. How did you and Tim meet? Is that a funny story or not?
Oh, how do you mean, Tim, mate? Mate, there's pictures on my phone. It must be from normally on Facebook memories or something, where we like trained a couple of times, like me, him, Robbie Tuckerman. It was just through Instagram. That's all it was. Like I don't know. Tim's humor is very my kind of humor, like very dry. And then we just took a liking to each other, I think, and we just started chatting since then. And then I coached him for a little bit. And yeah, it just was Instagram organic friendship growth.
Friends. Instagram friends. How many questions you got, Josh?
I've got like just one. So like in terms of like let's say just prepping people, stuff like that, that's a bit more generic to say too. What's something that you have learned from in terms of what hasn't gone well and now that you will never do again with a client?
Ooh.
Using DMP? No, I'm joking.
I'm in a place.
One thing that I've learned about prepping.
And then maybe something that you will always do with a client.
Okay, actually. This is for post show actually, but that same thing.
Yeah.
Is don't expect someone to be a certain way post prep. Just go in with I don't know what's going to happen here. Because I've had it so many times where I think, man, this guy's going to nail post show. This will be absolutely sweet. And then they ghost you for 4 weeks and they gain 50 pounds. And you just think, fucking hell, like the prep was perfect. You nailed it. You fucking won your show, whatever. And then just went AWOL. Or on the flip side, someone that you think is going to fuck it, that you put over care and attention into. And it's like, man, what was I even worried about?
Yeah.
I think that, like, obviously, off the back of prepping, like, again, even more people this year, you see more post shows. And that is the hardest bit of
I'd say post show is harder than prep.
Yeah, and it's
oh yeah, 100%.
hard to coach, I think. It's such a stressful time because it's normally nothing but problems.
Yeah.
So it's really stressful. Like, I don't know if that really answers the question. I don't know. You could use that generic answer of, oh, not everyone's prep's the same, but that should be common sense.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's a thing that I don't expect, because I think I did exactly what you said. I expected Josh to nail post prep. Connolly we're speaking about here. And yeah, he turned to a water buffalo pretty quickly in a couple of days. So that was fun. In Amsterdam.
Just try and like go into it like more so like not thinking about what's going to happen and just deal with what's happening.
I think the consequences potentially, yeah.
Like really like not focus on how like scale weight responds, because I was always looking at like how I was post show last year, which I handled pretty well, but then this year I actually was staying on cycle and rebounding up a bit more, and I'm like 35 pound up. I was like 25 pound up within like 2.5 weeks, and I'm like, what the fuck? And Tim's like, oh no, but you're absolutely fine. I was like,
yeah,
you sure?
Yeah, it's just like, also just don't really be too concerned about body weight on a prep. Like, so many people get into the head, including coaches, including myself. It's like, oh, fucking hell, weight's not coming down, and you're not actually just looking at the fucking physique.
That's what I did wrong last year. Like I looked good at 6 weeks out and then just died, and I was like, oh, but
oh yeah, like you're ready, but it's like, no, more scale weight down. You need to be 125 pounds on the stage. Fuck.
Yeah, 2 weeks out, I lost 4 kilos, and I was like, sick, I'm 4 kilos sharper. No, you're not. You look like a bag of dicks.
Your feet, 4 kilos of catabolism. Fantastic.
Brilliant.
But no, I think that's a good tip, because like, I guess I don't really know. You do learn some things which I guess you shouldn't do again, but like it's a one-time thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I remember, I think I saw a story from you or a post maybe that you might be competing next year. Is that still a thing on the cards, or?
I don't know. Like, I love the idea of it.
Did you like when you competed?
Oh, bro. I was in my element.
So would you say that there's no like, oh, I love seeing people on stage and seeing my own clients on stage. Do you get more out of you being on stage?
No, because it's 10 minutes versus 20 weeks of prepping an individual. Do you know what I mean?
But would you want to do it again?
Yeah, I do. I do want to deep down, but I'm also like pretty realistic. Like, when I get in a good groove of things, 4 or 5 weeks in, I'm injured. It's like my body just like is saying all the time, like, just don't do this, bro. But Georgie wants to prep next year, so we'll see.
Ooh, double preps, rough. If that's going to be the case, double prepping. Just a Georgie prep and you prep would be.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like I had a pretty good run post show for a good amount of time, probably like 2 years, and since that, it's been few and far between good runs, to be honest. Like, which is just unfortunate. You know, it's the way that business has gone. Obviously, hasn't helped that. Which is not me using an excuse. Can you be a really good coach and a really good athlete? Yeah, if you've got really good genetics as well. I don't, you know. And also, what's more important to me at that time has been business than my physique. You know, I know I'll definitely be fucking way bigger than I was last time and stuff. Yeah, that's cool, but I'd need to be extremely bigger if I actually want to do well at it.
It's almost like it's going to bring enough to you. Because like, I'm a few pounds up, and this would be a better mint. But like, I think for you, like you get a lot more from just getting loads of people on. You get more out of having 10 people on stage in a weekend.
Yeah,
different countries.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I can't do both of that.
I think the only person who can do it to like a really good extent is AJ Morris.
Literally about to say that name. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can't think of
at the same time. When was the last time you competed?
Like 2-3 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. So,
but then natties have to take about a 7-year off season. So
how much mass would they have gained? 5 pounds of lean tissue, do you reckon?
Yeah. AJ is definitely a good example of that, for sure. I thought you might have said someone else's name, but I would have strongly disagreed that he's good at the coaching side, but I'm not going to say the name.
No, say the name and I will bleep it out.
No.
I want to know who this is now. I feel like
Christian can Christian. Let me forward that to you. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say the name.
You forwarded this to me?
Yeah, I forwarded it to you, John.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking. Yeah. I agree.
Claims to be.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Any more good questions?
Well, I've got. I guess it's quite a good question to be fair. I guess. Would you rather remain an egg and have unlimited car budget, or have your dream hair?
Easy, bro. My dream hair is bald.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's such an easy question. I
actually agree with that. If I had the hairline for a buzz cut, I would fucking love one. It's just so much easier.
Nah, fuck the buzz. Just bald, mate. You know what I mean? You got beards. I can't even grow a beard, so I just look like I'd be horrible, just a tash and a bald egg, mate.
Wait until you put in like a gram of mass. You'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You'll look at the top of your hair.
That's the next cycle.
That's post health.
Mate, this half decent beard is just built off Mastron.
Yeah, he's doing the before. His stack is Mastron. That's it. No test.
I'll put a few orals in there. Just not too much. Put a bit of Winstrol and you'll be absolutely fine, Sam.
T-ball. Old school. Man, I've got to be probably one of the only coaches these days that's actually used T-ball in the past. That's how old I am now.
You should have the experience.
Remember Joe Jeffrey put it in? T-ball gang. We also used to do, and he won't mind me saying this because obviously, look, coaches change their ways over years and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, man, me and Joe were pretty fucking reckless with it, bro, at some point.
We got asked this as well with Tim. What's like between with Tim? It was like, bud, what's the worst like drug protocol someone's come to you with?
I'll say
Victor Black stuff, in it.
We were doing like, this was way before Victor Black. This was way before safe use. We used to do unsafe use. I'll be blasting, so it'd be like a grammar test, grammar primo. Yeah. But then for like 8 weeks at a time, we'd put orals in pre-workout. So I was doing Anadrol and D-bol pre-workout for 8 weeks, and then I'd take 8 weeks off and then do it again.
So your crews were just removing the orals.
Yeah. But my
wait.
Those 8 weeks was.
Who was the coach again? Joe Jeff.
Yeah, it was Joe Jeffrey.
Has he got spaces available? Because Tim's making me cruise.
Bear in mind, this is 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh,
Is
no,
that kitchen sink protocol, is it? Yeah.
no,
Well,
I've seen some like older school of coaches in the last like few years start cycles on like a gram of test.
yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, Matt, I went from like 175 pounds to 240 in that push.
How are your
Hey,
ankles? Just water everywhere.
It did not look good. Put it that way. Mate, I could take my socks off at work and it was just like ankle, calf. Oh, it was bad, man. Like, it was bad. But it worked, man. Like, it was sweet and I'm all healthy. So
hey,
he, he
scale
also
move.
he also bought me for my birthday once injectable Anadrol, which if you didn't heat it up, it crystallized. So I was heating it up and you'd take it pre-workout. And I put it into the syringe and went to put it in. And halfway through going in, it crystallized and just like went solid. And my arm for like 2 weeks was throbbing. Strong. I was strong that day though.
Was it as bad as like Metaform? If you ever take
Worse, bro. And it was like I got in the gym and felt like I could chew through the bar. Like I would have lifted anything.
because that's the thing. People take like even like Metaform pre-workout. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that?
Oh, I don't know how you train after that. It's horrible.
It's like I remember like being a day out from like Midlands and I'm just sat in the Airbnb like this. I'm like, I feel like I can't
remember.
remember the word I was going to say. I was like, I can't move. I'm a vegetable.
I
Hey,
remember.
that's perfect hands for playing games, though, isn't that? Got my feet on FIFA like that. You all right, mate?
Chest was full though.
Yeah, chest was full, but like then we put it in for Yorkshire, everything else was full as well, including my fucking stomach. Looked awful.
Yeah, true.
The worst thing was like the next day after when I checked in, he was like after when we pull prep, we could see the amount of like blurred detail from like my side delt to my arm. It was just one block. It looked like a fucking brick.
Decent.
Really full.
Yeah. But a bit blurred.
Yeah, just a little bit. And then Tim was like, so maybe you can take too much. We put like 6 million.
But to kind of like answer that question, it's more so when you get someone that sends you their info first without pictures and their cycle is retarded, and then they send you a picture like they've never trained in their life. And I'm just like, bro, this sport is not for you.
I had
Yeah.
someone like a year ago, and he was like 19 from like America. It's always like the States clients as well who have like the weirdest like things ever. And it's like, yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
I was on Debo, I was on like 500 tren, 100 test, and I was like, what? 90, 160 pounds. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But then it's like sometimes because they've taken all this, they're like, oh well, I can't go down to just 150 tests, or just 200. I can't do that. That's working backwards.
Yeah. To be fair, that reminds me of like, and to be fair to him, he did it when Rhino first came to me, and it was like 3 weeks out and a cycle, and he was saying what was happening in terms of his body not responding and stuff. And I was like, I'm probably going to tell you something you're not going to want to do, and that's like, I'm going to more than half your drugs. And he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I'll do whatever. And funny enough, his body started fucking doing things.
There is a
Yeah,
capacity, isn't there? There's a big capacity.
unfortunately. But like Rhino's one of those guys that you tell him to do something, he'll just do it.
Yeah, he's nailed.
He seems like that. I love Rhino.
Not his fault, man. Not his fault.
But yeah, was that protocol with Joe Jeffries the point where it was like, right, fuck food increases, scale weight's not increasing, more drugs.
Now I was eating as well. Eating a lot, to be fair. Those years I was coached by Joe was some of the funnest times, man. Because I was like, it was when Joe was on like before the come up.
Yeah.
So like I was like one of his good clients. Do you know what I mean? And I ain't. Do you know what I mean? So
Pretty kind of just say yes to everything.
yeah, and I was just like, right, well, what's next? Like what? And it was a time of many firsts for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Of like experimenting with different things and stuff like that. And yeah, it was class, man. I learned so much in that time.
Do you prefer like working with a coach or not now? Would you say?
Yeah, like if I'm gonna do something seriously, I've got to work with someone.
Yeah, because I
But
remember a few months ago, I was like really, really set on the idea of just not having a coach for like 2 years and just trying everything on my own. And I was like, It's actually not probably a good idea. So I'm probably
No, it's self-coaching is for many few people.
Yeah, you got to be quite militant to your own device, aren't you? And that's the
Yeah,
hard
it's
thing.
hard because it's like, you've got no one to be accountable to.
It's
That's
it's
the main.
it's a conflict of interest really with yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, of course
So,
it is. But yeah,
speaking of which, do you know the Victor Black thing I was talking about? I actually want to know the back. I remember it was it's not long ago. It was a couple of weeks or months ago, wasn't it? That he outed you, didn't he, or something?
oh yeah. So obviously, because I was coached by Joe, that technically means I'm coached by Victor Black, because obviously that's apparently. And he actually, before all this shit was before Victor Black was a thing, he came to me and like not had a business consult because I wasn't doing business consults, but came to me for advice. And we had like a 55-minute call on Facebook, like phone. And he forgets that. You know what I mean? I've made him who he is. But yeah, he's just a mentalist. He is a mentalist.
25 posts a day.
Because obviously I was coached by Joe and then I become a coach. I'm obviously then just mugging off Victor Black, apparently.
The thing is that the way in which he responds to people is with a new Instagram post.
Yeah,
Yes.
But then I get lost in it. So I'm like, I don't really know what the fuck's going on.
Sorry.
Anyone else knows what's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you respond with something, and he snips your comment and goes, something writes more shit. And then I think, what is it, Carlos? I think Carlos commented, and he starts responding to fucking Carlos as a post.
Guy's crazy, man. He's psychotic.
Bless his God. Wait, there was a short time ago where he did them AI videos. Do you see them ones?
Yeah.
Where like it was his face, and it was just like.
So
Josh, did you see them ones? The AI videos he did.
What from? No, I haven't
Bro,
moved.
It was his face, but he made like it like robotic and like AI'd his face to like talk like over a post.
So why can't you just talk?
I don't
Bless him.
I've got no other questions. Oh, actually, no, I've got one more question.
Yeah, I'm done. So do I end on this?
Yeah, this is actually a good one, I think, Christian. I think out of all the cars you owned, if you had to pick one to drive for the rest of your life, and I mean until your old age, what would it be? I mean, you got to think economy here as well. Well, fuck economy.
I'm going to go with the first one that came to my head because I can't think of a better one. Range Rover all day.
Really?
Sick car.
I thought we were just going with like a Porsche or something.
I think it's like yeah, like your Porsche you had.
No, Range Rover all day. Does everything.
Have you
Quick, like.
You haven't got a Range Rover now, have you?
No.
Let's say it's locked up somewhere.
No, I wish.
Where'd your Taycan up? Or is it up soon? Your Taycan?
Not this February after, unfortunately.
Anything else you're thinking after that? Another electric one, or are you thinking?
Depends what the government incentive is by that point.
Yeah.
If it's again, you can write off your tax bill with it. I'll 100% do it. But if it isn't, I wouldn't have an electric car again.
I want to see CBC in another 4x4. I want to see it.
Yeah, there'll be more electric cars about by then. There'll be the Range Rover electric car by then. So.
Yeah.
But that'll be very spenny. So probably not.
More clients. It's all right.
Yeah, if you want to inquire coaching, link is in the bio.
You'll have more, what's it called as well? You'll have more coaches by then as well, so the business will be thriving.
And to be fair, that actually ties into the start of the podcast. Why did you start Physique Pro? Because he wants to get a 4x4.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. You nailed it.
So applications of coaches now as well? Nope.
Any coaches on board by next week?
Let's get it. Lank, then Jenk. Let's go. Right. Well, I've got no more questions. I don't think, anyway.
Do I leave it there?
Well, actually, Dante asked one as well, but I think it literally links the other one. Sorry, one more. What's the hair routine?
Bro, he can't talk. He's 12 years old. So let me know when you can grow a beard. And it doesn't look like pubes.
I've never really checked his beard. Let me have a look.
Well, I ain't got one.
At least I don't try.
I feel like it's a bit ginger, isn't it?
Yes.
Nothing wrong with the ginger beard. I've got a bit of ginger in mine. That's right. I meant it there because his beard's better than mine. Right. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, fair fucking play. Comment Burford.
Come
But
on, Burford. Yeah.
yeah, thank you very much for coming on, mate. It's been good.
Sure.
Enjoyed that.
Thanks for having me.
Anything
Thanks
you
for
want
talking
to
to that
leave us
again,
with?
do we?
Anything you want to leave us with?
No.
There we go. Brilliant. Sounds right. Yeah, we'll leave it there. If you've gotten this far, comment Burford and Christian's at will be down below. If you feel like putting it on your stories, please do. If you don't, that's fine. It's not legally obliging. So yeah, thanks. Bye.